Hey, hey, what the business is out here on these streets. Where the money at on these streets, baby? Where it at? I don't know where your money at. My money in Wall Street. My money in Wall Street. Just want to bring to you another one, trying to keep people well fed. Uh, trying to keep people well fed. Well fed. Yeah, we looking at Microsoft. TC2000 is the software. It's Clarence over episode of Freedom, if I ain't already said it. Let me slide the intraday chart out. That's my 1 minute chart. I like to watch every minute, or I will squeeze it down to a tick chart. Now, we already know a theme I've been trying to run with. I'm going to run with it as long as I can find stocks that represent it. And the concept is market to the masses. The concept is find a company that every single body utilizes almost on a day by day basis to some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? I know that more people in this country can afford a Hewlett Packard, a Dell. I don't know all the computers, but most of the non-Apple made computers. Now that Mac and that Apple, I mean, the software is incredible, but the price is too. You can go get a computer for $200, vice versa spending $1,000, $2,000, and have Windows 10 software. You know what I'm saying? Besides Windows, you got the Xbox. You got all kind of reason to want to run with Microsoft. Hell, they CEO, the man who built the thing. Well, I don't know. I think the CEO. I think he passed it on to somebody else. But he's a billionaire. I can't bet against Bill Gates, baby. Everything for me starts with the chart. I'm gonna look at a weekly chart for a second to show y'all something. Uh, now, I was looking for it the other day and I could not find it, but I don't know why I didn't just click on weekly. Now, one thing that I must point out about Microsoft that is not a bad thing, I'm gonna tell you why it's good in just a second. Is you see all of these splits. Now, unlike Amazon, I mean, Bill Gates is a genius. Whoever he's got running this stock is a genius. Because you got a 3-for-2 split back there sometime in 1991 in July the 12th. Another 3-for-2 split in 92 June. So a year later, he did another split. Now, for what every 3 shares you own, you got 2 shares. So he increased your share count, brought the price of the stock back down to keep this stock, because this stock probably could be at $3,000 right now and climbing. But at $3,000, it no longer markets to the masses because you got to have a pretty penny. You got to be in the upper echelon to afford a share of Amazon. I tell you right now, I want to share Amazon so bad, man. I want to share the S&P 500. I want to share the Nasdaq. I want to share the Russell. You know what I'm saying? At least just one, man. But you got to have some cake. So every time this stock was starting to climb, he did a split, giving you 2 shares for every one you had in this case. 2 for 1, 2 for 1, another 2 for 1. So that's increasing your share count. Now, been yapping for 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Look at this lazy boy. You see Pursuit of Freedom over there. No news on Microsoft. I ain't really looking at news, but the only thing I do really want to look at is the volume, the type of volume that they have. The average volume and the volume today, 17 million, 23 million. So that's telling me that the statistics on this stock, and I'm going to go and hit this profile just to show you right quick. And then I'm going to come over here and, I'm going to get on TradingView, trade spots with this and her. When that come up, trying to grow wealth. You see grow wealth up here. Grow wealth, people. Grow you some wealth. Grow this money out here. It's meant to be grown, not just meant to be spent. It can work a lot harder than you can, I promise you. Your money can work a lot harder than you can, a lot smarter than you can. I think that's the real meaning of the definition. Work smarter, not harder. But work hard for as long as you got to. Trust me, I am. Uh, for as long as I got to. All right, so while that's coming up, 23 million average, 7.5 billion float. So that's why it takes 23 million shares to get the stock to move. But once again, you talk about Bill Gates and you're talking about massive amounts of people who use Microsoft Windows, who buy the Xbox and all of the various different things that Microsoft is into. And me, shoot, I want a Microsoft Surface as I said I seen something now. Microsoft is selling a cutback 15-inch Surface Book 2 for, look at that. Look at the price on this thing. They're gonna sell thousands of them. Look at the price on that thing. Yeah, so I don't think Microsoft going anywhere. They ain't facing no trouble. A big float. Look at the what's held by the institutions. When institutions, not just people, see, held by insiders, that's individuals. Institutions, this is companies, this is conglomerates, hold 74% of this 7.5 billion share float. You know what I'm saying? That is a humongous percentage of institutions, banks to say, that hold this stock. So this stock ain't gonna go nowhere. It is going nowhere. And another thing that I came down here and I was a little shocked. Microsoft got cash. 131 billion. Now they got some debt too. Oh shoot. Look at this debt. 86 billion. But right now their cash can wipe out their debt. I mean, they'll be shrunk down about 50 billion in cash if they got rid of this debt, but they could do that today and be debt free. So heck yeah, man. Look at the revenue they got. They make 122 billion every year. Major size company. I forgot to point that out. They one of the few companies now right now that's still over a trillion. They may come back. They may come back beneath. And Microsoft also, it ain't a member of that fame that Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. So they don't get all of that hype. But this is still a tech giant. This is a tech conglomerate in one company. All right, I'm getting into too much yapping. This is I do this here. So you got Microsoft. I always just pull up the website. Look at the amount of people they got to pay. 131,000 employees. Look at what they can pay their CEO. 9.4 million. That's what the CEO makes every year now. Yeah, because Bill Gates relinquished himself from that spot. He can now run around and do. I ain't got to read into everything because you know what I'm talking about. I ain't falling in love with no company, including Skype. I didn't even know Skype was a part of that though. OneDrive. I mean, Microsoft is humongous. You know what Microsoft is. I ain't got to do too much of that reading. I stick to the technicals. I trade better too when I just stick to the technicals. All right, so this is another thing I wanted to show you, and this is why we on TradingView now. TradingView is the software. There go my pop up. I'm not paying for Nathaniel. Ooh, look at these dividends here. 46 cents on dividend yield. That means, and this is every few months. For every share you own, they giving you a 46 cents dividend on those shares every few months. So back like when I showed you in this chart, when they're doing all these splits, they paying you a dividend for every share you have. So if they doubling your share count and they doing that 1, 2, 3, 4 times, now that's some years. Now that's a couple years span. But if you buy this company for some time, man, and if you're smart and you put your dividend investments on recycle, this is a stock to buy for the long haul because all that money just going right back on top of the money, and money is making you money. Like I hear Dave Ramsey say, "Money making you money." You know what I'm saying? Um, they went a while before they did another split. 2003, they did a split, but we had some troubled times for a quick second. The market did, at least the tech giants, and now they've come right back to these highs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another 2-for-1 split soon. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it would not shock me. Uh, and I want to go ahead on and get involved, even if I get involved up here at the top, as it's looking like we in the top, and it end up splitting, and I end up getting 2-for-1 on my shares, and I can collect them dividend yields. So I'm gonna come away from this weekly chart, go back to the daily chart, and just look at the climb on this thing. That's what I want right there. That's what you want to start to be doing that you're gonna buy. You want this thing to be getting up. You bought it in what's that, 2016, 919, 3 years, 2.7 years, you're up 127%. Just trying to show you ways to grow this money out here, people. Hey, you find any of this information informative? Oh, wait a minute before I do that. Let's look at Microsoft. I don't even know what this is here. What is this? Surface Pro 6, 999. I'm telling you, 1,000 people gonna buy that. 1,000 times 1,000 is only 1,000,000. That ain't big money. Oh, I know a lot of people got this Xbox. Look at these games out here. I just always want to peep out the site and how things go. Oh, HoloLens 2. Technology, technology, technology. I ain't finna read too much into it, but you always want to find some good dividend yielding companies. I always want to find some good dividend yielding companies because they gonna pay you for you investing in them. And I love that. Microsoft is next up. Market to the masses. That's what they do. Even though some of these price ranges for me, like where that thing at? 999. That look like another tablet, but it's got a keyboard on it already. I do want a Microsoft Surface, man, just to have something in the Windows component because Apple is a monopoly. You got to get everything Apple. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm yapping for too long. All right, 11 minutes in. I got to wrap up this here video. Now, if you find any of this information informative, go ahead and give me that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I got a couple more stocks in mind, but I don't have lots and lots of time. But I will do those videos coming up. I think the next one I'm going to go ahead on and do is the McDonald's. Do a video on McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Market to the masses. Everybody can afford McDonald's. And I'm going to show you what McDonald's do in the next video. Hey, this is Pursuing Freedom.